Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Ladies and Gents Listen Up. And man, do we have an episode for you today. We are going to talk about matching energy. Is that a positive or is that a negative? What do you think, Mr. Carpenter?
It could be both. I think it could be both. I guess I'm glad that we're talking about energy because energy pervades around everything we do. And
Absolutely.
we talk about energy in a relationship. Oh man, that's fireworks. But go ahead and do your normal stuff.
Absolutely. Yes, before we get started, this is the energy. That's the energy. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. And man, we have a couple of things. We're going to talk about, let's go to Grandma's cookie jar, because Grandma's cookie jar has all the wisdom and wisdom and wisdom. So Grandma's cookie jar says, don't create limitations. I like that. Don't create limitations. And then on the flip side, find what makes your heart smile. That's good because that can directly relate to energy, right?
Yes,
I like that. I'm gonna keep that one out. That nugget's gonna sit on top. But before we get into today's conversation, we had one of our subscribers, Denise Phillips. Hello.
Hey, Denise.
She says, and she's talking about the episode about the power of love, which sparked a little bit of conversation there. It is all about the attitude and communication. She is absolutely correct. We talked about those flowers, if you just dump them versus if you take the flowers and have some care when you deliver them. So again, we appreciate you, Denise. Thank you so much for your comment. And I know you had some comments that they didn't put them in the comment section, but they verbalized them with you. So what was your feedback?
Yeah. Now I guess we're getting a dialogue. I guess people will see me now, talk to me about it now. It's like they can't wait to tell me. They're telling me that they're very excited about what we're doing. Every podcast seems to be better than the last. It's almost as if they said we're growing, not only growing, and it shows. And they're glad the selection that some of the topics that we choose are stuff that they had really been concerned about, and now they hear different takes on it. They have a better working definition of what it is. So they're saying continue the good work. They're saying thank you, Dr. Liz, for bringing this forward and having the nerve and the energy, the positive energy to do that, and you don't have any limits. So keep going, Dr. Liz.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. And it is for all of us. I mean, bringing up the topics and doing the research, it can't help but to rub off on us as well, right? So thank you all so much. So find what makes your heart smile, and helping other people, it does make my heart smile. So I'm glad to hear that we're doing the good work. So all right, let's talk about this energy thing. We can see it as a positive, we can see it as a negative. So from according to Books to Inspire, here we go again. Let me put my sexy specs on too.
All right.
According to Books to Inspire, energy synchronicity. Is your energy being matched in your relationship? Wow. That's a good question. Is your energy being matched in your relationship? And as I was doing some research on this, I saw both positive and negatives about it. The positive was that when you find somebody that authentically matches your energy, right? That's a good thing. But if you find someone that you're interested in, and then you are just mirroring their energy versus being your authentic self, is not being genuine. And so matching energy in this instance would be matching somebody's energy that, where you can have that ebb and flow with one another. So what do you think?
Yes. Well, when you talk about energy, you got to understand what is energy. Energy is all around us. Energy is your thoughts. Energy is emotion. There are different types of energy. There's kinetic energy, electricity, and all these things are energy. We as functional beings, we have our energy. Our energy normally is thoughts, what we think about something, how we express ourselves. And they say energy can't be destroyed or created. Energy only can be transformed. And when you refer that to a relationship or somebody that you come in contact with, you got to realize it's suspect. It's suspect. It's not. I can be thinking very positive, in my way of dealing with you, Dr. Liz, and in your mind, it could be negative. So it's how you view that energy. And then and then it's what you're operating from. What if you're and I hate to open this can of worms up from the very beginning, but your look is making me go there, and I don't want to go there because I don't want to talk about masculine energy, and I don't want to talk about feminine energy. I don't want to talk about those things, but already you got me at that point. So I'm like over refrigerator. I can't keep it. I got to give it up. if let's say you're a female that operates in your masculine energy, which is not a bad thing, because you're competitive, you're assertive, you're a boss, and you are my boss. In this relationship, you are the boss. So in this relationship, we might say you operating in your masculine energy, and you got that take charge in this. You're setting our example. You're deciding what topics we're gonna do every week. And me as a male, I have two choices. I can take that as positive, or I can take it as, wait a minute now. She thinks she's running. So,
okay.
So when you look at it like that, it could be both. That's why I suspect it's how you view it. And I view it as very positive because you have more knowledge in this field than I do. So it's easy for me to glean from your knowledge and sit back and learn and stay and understand my lane and grow from that. So we match energy. So now we're matching that energy. You've given me positive energy in the fact that you're controlling, you're setting our vision for the show. You're deciding which way we go, and you're doing such a great job that I'm benefiting too. So we're matching energy.
And I think we can also go, well, exactly what you just said about that. And I think that's great because there's a couple of ways to see the matching energy. So that's a great way to see it, and depending on how it's delivered as well. So, I want to make sure that we understand that because, being in charge of something and, just like when you're on a job and you're being in charge of something, you can deliver a message or, a set of instructions to someone and you give it to them from a positive place with positive energy and explaining and understanding, how it's going to benefit the whole, how it helps each department run, as such. But if you come and you do it as a tyrant or as a dictator or as a, just this is, if you deliver it in that way, then that energy comes back to you, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
What you just said, but also I believe matching energy too can be where if you meet somebody and you're talking with them and their vibration is really, really low, and then your energy is high. Like I have high energy, okay? But if my energy is high and their energy is really low, then either we can come to the middle ground where we both benefit. I can pull your energy up, you can pull mine down, or we can decide that this is not matching energy because I need somebody that's excited, that wants to, hey, let's just take on the world, and where some folks can say, no, I'm good. I just want to 9 to 5, come home, watch TV,
yes.
eat my dinner, and start over again. So those are two ways to match energy, right?
Right, because you're talking about frequencies and vibration. If my frequency and vibration is way up here, like you said, and yours is down there, then for you to come up here with me, you're gonna struggle and strain. It's a strain for you because you're so used to operating this lower frequency, lower vibration, that when you come up here, it's more work. For me to come down, I'm used to this high, the hustle and bustle of being up here, and I come down, I'm like bored. So how can we meet? And this is a deep subject, and we're trying to keep it light where you understand, because your frequency and stuff, it makes a difference how you view a person. For instance, if I come at a person and I'm laid back and I throttle my energy and frequency back a little bit because I want to be understood. I want to be loving. I want to be caring. I want to be able to present myself to you in such a way that you can actually receive me and we can both grow together. So I'll throttle back a little bit so we can do that. And that makes all the difference in the world, especially when you're in a relationship or you're in a relationship building or relationship repair, or you want to improve or you want to make your relationship better or your relationship with the other person better. You got to realize who you're dealing with on the other side of the equation. What frequency is that person working with? And if you know your mate, you already know their frequency. You already know their energy. So it's nothing new. You've got to be able to match that, or you got to be able to eventually massage them or bring them along with you in a loving, caring way.
Right. And then it's also making that determination. That's what we talked about, the investigation period in relationships, where you give yourself the opportunity or you give yourself time to really get to know that person. But I think something that we missed too, what we're doing here in our episodes, we are learning ourselves, right?
Yes.
Because as you continue to learn yourself, and you're like, the thought process is, am I showing up as my best self, right? Am I showing up as my best self? Am I, because sometimes this world challenges can just beat you down, right? And am I allowing the things to beat me down? Or, I heard a couple, when I did the couple series, one of the couples was telling me that they have a rule where when they first come home, when they come home from work or wherever, the office, they stop at the tree and they dump all of their stuff on the tree. And then when they come in, they give each other the opportunity to breathe and just kind of shake it off. And then they come together. And I think that's often sometimes, I think it goes into situational awareness, where oftentimes, somebody, your mate comes in the door, and whatever you want, whatever's going on in your world, you're dumping it on them before you can even give them the time to shake it off, right? And to understand that. So I think that's where it's important that we just stop and we, first of all, to thyself be true, learn ourselves. And then also understand, what is it that you want in a mate? What is it that you want? And are you willing to do the work? Like, so you see all of these things about this person, and all of these things check off all your check boxes, right? But then the energy, like you said, the energy might be high and yours is low, or theirs is low and yours is high. Is this something where you all can work together? Or is it something to say, that's a deal breaker for me? I need somebody that's just as high strung as I am, and we're gonna burn down the world together. Is it worth the work, right?
A burnout together.
A burnout together. And go refuel somewhere and come back and start it all over again. What is it that you really want? I think, just go ahead.
What you said, what we call that is called calibration. You got to calibrate. Because when you said when you first come in, they made the rule that they would drop everything at the door. What they're doing, they're calibrating. They're resetting their environment to what they've already agreed upon. They've already pre-agreed that this home environment, our house, our four walls, this is what we're going to have we're going to have up in here. We're going to have up in here. This is what it's going to be. So they've already made a decision what that is. So they calibrate themselves at the door. So when they get an environment, it's already set, which is beautiful. That's great. And then that calibration is such. When you in a relationship and you want to know why you guys click or don't click, it's because of the energy. It's because those vibrations, what frequencies you're working on. And once you understand what we're talking about today, matching energy and your vibration and how things happen in that rim of energy, you can not control, but you can understand your relationship and your mate better, because those things are very true. Energy pervades all around us. We can't help it. That's physics. That's who we are. We're energy. And if you understand what energy your mate needs from you, so she or he could be more loving, he or she could be more caring, he or she could be more receptive of you. That's why when you gave the topic of energy, I just smiled. When you said that, because I know a lot of people don't understand that. They say, this person just don't like me, or this person always negative, or this person, I just don't understand him, I don't understand her. It's the frequency. You don't understand the frequency in which he or she operates on. That's Absolutely. What it is.
You also can change the energy in a room by your energy. Yes. Have you ever seen, when they talk about somebody being the life of the party, right? They walk in the door and energy happens. I have to give a shout out to my cousin Cecil, because I'm telling you, this man's energy, they say we are twins, that our energy match. I have to give it up to him, because his energy it is so bright. He can walk into a room and everybody could be down, and all of a sudden they're up, and when he walks in, the party walks in with him, because he's energy, he's positive, he's motivational, caring, inspiring. So, and I've said oftentimes that, you could be in a room, and if you're really paying attention, I think that sometimes we walk around sleepwalking, we don't pay attention. If you pay attention, you'll see who the movers and shakers are in the room, who are the master networkers, or who are the, master marketers, or who are the relationship. We could tell by the people that, by how the energy does change.
Yes,
you can walk past somebody. Think about this, and I guess we're going to open this awareness for everybody, right? You can walk past somebody in a store or something, and and you can speak to them, and then sometimes they will frown and snarl at you. They won't even lift their head up to smile. But then you can also walk into a room and you can smile at somebody, or open a door for them, or do something positive for them, and they're like, wow. I was walking past a young lady one day, going into a building, and I said, oh my gosh, she has it going on. She has everything together. I mean, every piece of hair was in place. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, sister girl, you got it going on. And she said, shoo, you have no idea what type of a day I've been having. You just made my day. Because she didn't feel like she was, so we can pass that positive energy on to other people. And sometimes even, a paradigm shift. You can look at somebody sometimes and think, there was Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Effective People. He gave a scenario, a story about a gentleman that he was on a bus, and he had all 5 of his children. They were all over. And it may have been, I'm paraphrasing you all, so it may not have been 5, but all of his children were just wreaking havoc all over the bus. And then one of the passengers was, started fussing. It was like, why don't you do something about your children, or whatever. And he lifted his head up, and he shook his head, and he said, I do apologize. We just left the hospital, and I lost my wife.
Yep.
And so assuming things about other people and their situations or what have you, that's what was I getting ready to say? My thought went out of my head with that. But what I was alluding to is that, your energy can affect other people.
Yes,
it can
definitely
change the whole picture of how somebody's day is going, or somebody's week, year, moment by moment sometimes, right?
Yes. And see, you just great in that few minutes you just gave so many nuggets and so many great pearls of wisdom in what you just gave out. And I'm gonna get crazy with it. Me and all parts. That's when she walked in. Me and all parts.
You're gonna get some comments on that one for sure.
And I gotta share this, and this is a joke. This is something between me and Dr. Liz. I gotta share. You don't mind if I gotta talk about us for a minute, Dr. Liz? Do you mind if I talk about us?
What are you sharing? Yes, go ahead. What is it? Because I know the last time I said, "What are you sharing?" and you said something. I was like, "Oh my lantern, where did that come from?" So.
No. Well, I'm recording this from Georgia, and you're recording it from Detroit. Here in Georgia, we having a terrible rainstorm for the last 3 or 4 days. We have tornadoes, we have rain. It's dark in the middle of the day, and normally when we record this, I do it over my phone. I couldn't do it on my phone this morning. Well, I struggled for the last 30 minutes assessing, trying to figure out how to do this thing. So I had to bring out my computer, and I haven't done the computer, so I made it work. And when Dr. Liz came and I came on the first start, I was stressing. I had stuffed papers everywhere. I figured out. And Dr. Liz, she was so poised and so strong and stuff like that. And I looked at her, and her energy immediately relaxed me. And I said, Dr. Liz, you did something different with your hands. But her energy was such that it calmed me, and it made me feel that I was in a safe place, and I could go on the day with all my stuff in disarray. I could go on and be successful because of her energy.
Thank you.
And that's how energy is. And I said that as a point to let you know, your energy really affects the situation around you. Your energy on the job, your energy at church, your energy in your clubs, your energy with your family. now that you know about energy, now that we're discussing this energy and you're learning, you have a responsibility to be that force in your environment, to make the change. When people are down, be that energy that bring everybody up. When you made that example about the man that just lost his wife and how that negative energy brought everybody down, you have that same effect. Your positive energy have that same effect. It's your energy that makes a difference. With that, let's give some. What are some examples of energy? What are some examples of positive energy? Let's talk about that for a minute. For a lady, for men, and I can talk for a man. For me, a lady, when she have her hair right, when she have her hair and makeup right, that's her energy. That's positive energy. The way a woman walks, when she slow herself down and walks, stride, that's positive energy.
Right, right.
Those are type of things when you conversate with somebody and you're sure of your words and you speak clear, positive energy, examples of energy. When you keep your body in shape and you're strong and you're powerful, positive energy. When you don't gossip about your coworkers or your boss or your neighbors or your wife or your husband, when you don't gossip, that's positive energy. When you do gossip, that's negative energy.
That is negative energy. I was thinking about that when you said that about examples of energy. I was thinking about at the gym, right? When you go to the gym, like, so I have this when I get into something, I do it 100%. So I've really been working on, making sure that I practice what I preach when I talk about naturopathic, wellness, and I talk about that, and so going to the gym and renewing my membership and making sure that I've incorporated that into my schedule. But when you go to the gym, it is a huge difference. Like the energy there, everybody is working towards, becoming their best selves. They're working on, sculpting themselves and, and having better health. So when you go there, and you just feel that energy there. So everybody is in that mindset. And, so I've taken a couple of dance classes, which I love to dance. And in our dance class, our instructor, her name is Jen, and she is the perfect example of energy, because when you go in there, she's gonna have things flying and the good old music, and and before you know it, that whole hour is gone. You don't even realize that you've exercised for a whole hour, getting your heart rate up and down. So that positive energy. And then the women and the men that are in the class, after we finish, we're exhausted and we're, kind of laughing and talking with one another. Energy, right? We're sharing energy. So I just think it's really, really good. Think about the little kids, and they say if you ever want to pick their energy up, go around a bunch of children. They're laughing and joking, and my granddaughters, I had just was blessed with twin granddaughters, right?
Oh, and congratulations!
Thank you. They will be a year old in my birthday month. They'll be a year old next month, and they one of the babies. Her mom was singing one of my old time gospel songs that I love, and she was singing it, and she recorded her. She's not even 1 year old yet, but she was following. She was like, la, da, da. She was following she can't even talk, but the word, her melody was song and not her regular just trying to talk. And think about that. That's energy, because she's getting energy from her mom. Her mom recorded it and sent it to us, and I just thought that was so beautiful, because it's just, again, when you think about it and you talk about it, the energy matters. So sometimes when you get out the bed in the morning, and even if you stump your toe, make it up in your mind that, you know what, that stops right here. I'm going to stop that. That's not going to affect the rest of my day. And when you consciously do that, that's going to help your day. You're going to turn it around. Because you can turn it around for yourself. Because you can walk through that day and stump your toe and tear your shirt or anything. All these things can happen because you're putting out that energy. So I love the energy conversation, because it's so powerful, right? You can either be the light, or you can be that gloom and doom. So it's your choice, though.
Yes, and since you said powerful, and this I'm in my part on this comment, and I've got to choose my words kind of carefully, because I don't want to say it the wrong way. Because sometimes I can say stuff that in my head seem right, but other people it's so he's off the mark here. But I want to get it right. African American females get a bad rap for being angry Black women. and that's not their fault, and that you should understand how that is said, what's being said. 78% of all Black households are female led. 78% of all Black households are single parent female led. Single parent female led. So that female has to be able to operate in both her female energy as well as her masculine energy in order to survive, in order to bring her family through that situation. So because of that, she has to traverse this world in such a way that she can be positive and a positive role model for both her children, her female and male children. So sometimes, because she is assertive, because she understands what she want and don't want, because she has to realize that she has to make a way for her family, that she's being misunderstood. Because a lot of times she's on a job that she knows she has to be there, whether she's sick or indifferent, because she's bringing home the money for her children. So I just need us to realize that whenever we feel that, or whenever we understand or we want to criticize that, we need to understand why why that may be a challenge for some of us. And I hope I said it right. I hope I brought it out right.
Well, we'll definitely know in the comments, right? I'm going to end mine on, because that's a whole other podcast. So I'm going to end my final thought on how we started. Find what makes your heart smile. I'm going to tuck that in my heart today and carry that with me and pass that on to somebody else. Find what makes your heart smile, because your heart is very important.
And what's that? Well, the other one was don't create limitations.
Exactly.
Don't create limitations, especially for yourself. The sky's the limit. They're always finding new stuff every day. That ceiling is meant to be broken and shattered.
Alrighty. I love that. Break the ceiling. There is no glass ceiling anymore. So you all, hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to comment. Let us know what you would like for us to research and bring the information. Don't forget also to like, share, and subscribe. And I don't just say it as a song. So hit that subscribe bell. Share it with somebody. Y'all stay fearless. Bye for now.
Good day for now.